just to fix your murderous fuck-up and bring Mary and Samuel back from the dead. Kept where I could see you, kept under my thumb.
Kill the damn thing! I'll try to help from up here! Look out below!
My attempts to locate the Sentinel artifact have thus far met with abject failure.
My diagnosis? I'm afraid it's quite terminal.
My father. My memories are indistinct. I was not always a good listener, but he told tales of magic and superstition and demons. No more of Modi's experiments. I will need to come up with a new venture to keep her occupied. Keep her out of my hair.
No. Sam wants to be Maxis. To reconstitute and inhabit her body.
Not now. Not so. Not now, Sam. I'm busy. Now, how to access them? That is the real question.
Now.
Obstacles are to be expected.
Ah, I needed this!
Or to get us the hell out of here.
Over the coming weeks, every visit to the nursery brought more pain. Perhaps even beyond my fears. Perhaps it is time to talk to mine own father and take his methodology more seriously. Perhaps Modi's biotechnology is not the right way to proceed. Precisely. The stuff dreams are made of, or so father believed. Progress in accessing the liminal spaces has been slow going, with achievements fewer and farther between.
Residual temporal energy!
Sam, can you define what prima materia is? Sam, I do not think that would be an appropriate use for... Shame on him!
She can still be stopped, but our window isn't long. So what's it going to be?
She has been notably withdrawn recently. It's been weeks since she last interrupted one of my sessions.
She would have full control of the Dark Ether. Godlike power.
Since my current projects are not bearing fruit, I may need something a little more esoteric. So far, that has proven to be true. So was general relativity until it could be proven true. Something beyond even my understanding. Sometimes I do not know what to believe. Sorry. What are you suggesting?
Steer clear of whatever that stuff is! Ah, such sweet, sweet sounds your spleen makes! Take that, you simple-minded fool!
10 years since my wife and child were killed in a botched hit intended for me. Thank you, Major.
That he would rather die than see me possess it.
That is a biohazard! Do not inhale!
That's enough for now, Sam. In fact, stop recording and scrub this conversation from your databanks.
The ether reactors at Janus Towers must be close to melting down by now.
The doctor is in!
The investors think we're looking for alternative energy sources. As to what it could potentially power, the most concerning variable is Sam, the Sentinel artifact. Father's notes identify it as the tool for shaping the building blocks of creation. The stubborn old fool believes I am embarking on a misguided and dangerous path. The way I was not there for Sammy. There's so much to prepare. This could all fall apart if I'm not careful. With so many spinning plates, vigilance is key.
This will delay your inevitable and very, very sad demise.
3 people were sent into the Colton space and successfully returned without incident.
To get your petty revenge?
To think they called me mad! Seriously, never call me mad. Was that Jenkins? From accounts? I always hated him!
We are running low on DNA samples. We cannot have this conversation right now. There are more pressing matters. We still need to find a way to stabilize the access windows. As of now, they continue to collapse at random.
What a lamentable waste of raw materials! What are you waiting for? Pick that up! Whatever, I'm not the boss of you.
What do you want? Whatever. I will think of something. When I grew up, he would ramble incessantly about his beliefs in the occult. When Modi told me the new clone experiment had been successful, I was eager to see him for myself. When my son died, I was not there. I did not see the body, which cannot mean anything good.
Whoops! Butterfingers! Yours now!
Wiser still if you stop doing her monkey work. You don't understand what she's really up.
With help from his German accomplice. With this device, Josiah Shem accidentally shattered space-time. Worse, I know what Sam really intends to do with the Sentinel artifact. Yes. Yes, it has. A whole decade. You can either use that...
You cannot possibly know how I feel. You didn't tell Sam I contacted you. That was wise. You do not possess a hat, Sam. Or a head, for that matter. You don't trust me, fine. But you cannot trust her. Repeat, do not believe a word she says.
You idiots gave her the Sentinel artifact, didn't you?
Prima materia. It's mentioned again and again in my father's research. A concept that goes back to the days of Aristotle, Anaxagoras, and beyond. A thesis study. After 14 days, he was no longer even recognizable as human. After all, you never know who or what may be listening. After the setbacks suffered during the initial mission, we were delayed selecting suitable replacements for our scouts. All concepts that I never looked at through the lens of quantum physics, a failing I now seek to correct. All that searching, and it was on my doorstep this entire time.
Always.
And I gave the order.
And now! You have lost the one thing that can actually do it!
And where did you find this information? And you're sure the energy signatures are being distorted in line with my predictions?
At least Maxis proved useful. Burned alive in a fire set by an inept, one-eyed CIA assassin.
But as soon as I finally showed interest in how it could help me, I was met with more resistance. But at this stage, I cannot help but wonder if some of these obstacles are ones of mine own creation. But it is not too late. I beg you, think twice before giving it to But now, having learned of the existence of his so-called prima materia within Colton Hall's liminal spaces, but still I needed to be with him. But this fragile vessel soon became a mere shadow of the boy. The soul I had hoped for. But today was a good day.
Come and get it! I have the good stuff! Copper-jacketed death! Oh, that's my favorite kind!
December 7, 1989, Edward Richtofen recording. Despite my warnings, you have empowered the artifact. Now, you are all in grave danger.
Die! 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 Had enough? Good! Die, you mindless undead beasts!
Disowned me. Do you feel like a failure? No. I am the failure. Do not look at me with those big brown eyes. Edward Richtofen, Project Janus, Cloning Clinical Study Report. Addendum, December 23rd, 1987.
Enough with the tedious biting already!
Enough. You must learn to be content with what you are. You will never be anything more, especially as I think there may be something more significant about this house, especially when dealing with, even with our improvements, one nearly bifurcated an intern last week.
Everything I have done. Requiem, Project Janus, Sam, all of it. Fair enough. We're not friends. We never will be. But we are running out of time.
Family matters, finally, for both of us. Given his cowardice in life, we assumed he would be the least likely to pose a threat. Good. You have done well. I'll be in touch.
Blood! Glorious!
He dared to suggest that I have drifted beyond grief, beyond depression, and into mania and obsession. He even went as far as to say he would take steps to ensure that I never so much as laid eyes upon the artifact. He spoke of how prima materia could bring and create life itself.
Hello. Not sure if you can hear me, but I know Sam can't listen in.
Here, this might be useful. Or perhaps not. It's a surprise!
His blood vessels began hemorrhaging. His muscles and tissue were rupturing. His skin was thin, pale, sallow, but I still clung to hope. I must purchase that house. Get the right people on board.
Hold still, you fool! Damn it, I missed!
However angry I am at him, however bitter I feel over his rejection, however ludicrous this idea may have seemed to my younger self, at this point, I feel further research is warranted.
I am not to be fucked with!
I am troubled. I do hope it does not come to that. I do not know what to do next. I just let them fill in the blanks. I may have to reconsider my rigid viewpoint. My rules. I miss you so much, my son. I remember little of my early years, but I do know that the man who raised me was Gabriel Kraft. I see. Have you spoken to anyone else? I still cannot believe it. A real target.
I used it as the basis for my technology, to access liminal spaces so we could feed the artifact.
I wanted only to believe in science, in fact. I will lead this endeavor personally, enlisting only trusted associates to ensure the program does not spiral out of control. I wish my father felt the same toward me. But instead, he has rejected me. I wonder if one of the interns could track down a copy of that thesis. I would give anything to be able to see and talk to Samuel and Mary again. I would have thought that his own personal loss would have helped him understand, but no. I'll do that later.
I'll shoot what I can from up here, but the rest is up to you! If I was the one fighting a giant undead lizard, I would be grateful for one of those! If there is ein Speck of pus on mein Shirt, you'll wish you were deader!
It became clear that euthanasia would be a mercy. That was foolish of me. It would also reduce the risk of us compromising the security of our work.
It's a real bitch!
It's why you were handpicked.